Okay, let's start it. Welcome, Giles. Yeah, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Rocky. I'm Giles Smith, company's printing and graphic machinery, and we buy and sell used printing, bookbinding, and finishing machines.
Wonderful, wonderful. Of course, we already know each other for many years, but for the viewers, maybe it's interesting. What do you do now, or actually?
Well, I run the company. I'm the managing director of printing and graphic, based in the UK, just outside London, near London Heathrow. So yeah, the day-to-day running and keeping an eye on the company and getting the sales staff doing what they should be doing and getting the engineers in the right place at the right time and things like that. So it's quite a full-on job, but I love it.
Okay, yeah, great. So you're really in a management board position, and where did you start it in the past? How did you start it in the printing industry actually?
Yeah, well, I went travelling after school in 2000-ish. So I think when I came back, I owed my father a bit of money, who started the company in 1977. So I got asked to come in and help clean the machines downstairs in our stock in our warehouse with our engineers. And so I started with the company quite a long time ago, but started downstairs with the engineers, cleaning machines, helping them move machines, and then went out on site to actually dismantle the machines and load machines in containers and bits and pieces like that. So yeah, I started from the bottom. I've worked my way up through the company and got a good understanding of every area of the company and what's needed to be done for each job.
Okay, great. So I'm curious about, you started from the bottom, and what did you really like to do in the past when you're at the warehouse or on location?
So working with the engineers and really pushing myself, learning different skills and different processes of what the engineers do. I really love that part of the job, and I miss it. Miss it a lot. And I still, even today, when the engineers are tight on time, I will go down on site and help them, remove footboards and label pumps and do stuff and unload with the fork trucks and load with the fork trucks. So that part of it, I must say, I really enjoyed and learnt a lot. It gives me a good understanding of what now I'm asking the engineers to do and timescales that are needed and what equipment's needed. So yeah, I've got a good relationship with our engineers from that background.
Okay, yeah, it's wonderful that you have experience also in field and also with mechanical parts, and yeah, it's wonderful to hear, because normally you don't hear that a lot. That maybe people are go right away into the management level.
Yeah, I think it gave me a good understanding for when I actually now, go and view these machines for customers that who have sent us to go and look at them, or even that we're going to look at them for our own purchase for stocks. My background, can't say engineer, but I say my background with working with the engineers, it gives me a good understanding of what components must be checked, and I say I can delve a little bit deeper into each machine to check that there aren't too worn parts or any damage, or it's easy to check a big cylinder, it's easy to look at grippers. But it's the understanding of the bearings and functions throughout the machine, electrical items that I can test, I can see, I can really get a feel for the machine quality, so I can give my customers a fair feedback.
Oh yeah, it's true. Eventually, you wanna share the fair feedback, as you said, and also you really understand the machinery itself, and you can really help your customer with it instead of being just a standard salesman. Of course, salesman is important, but if you know a lot of stuff in the warehouse, but also in field, you can show them what you're capable of. as a company, but you as a person.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, these machines are high value, and it's a big decision for anybody if it's buying for our own stock or buying with a customer in mind. You know, it's something that we've got to check for our own peace of mind, for our customers' peace of mind. You know, we do pride ourselves on supplying, you know, quality used machines. There's multiple times that, you know, I'll go and see a machine and I won't recommend the machine to the customer, or I will not continue to buy the machine for my stock because the condition is just hasn't been maintained. It hasn't been kept well, and it will cost too much to service and repair the machine for what the price was quoted before inspection. So yeah, it gives me good stead to work from the bottom up to where I am now, and a good understanding, and it gives something back to the customers. You know, that quality, that service that we provide, they know that they're getting a machine that is a used machine, but in very good condition or in good condition. And again, we just tell the truth. We can't hide something. If something is on the machine, we can't change it, and the customer's going to see it when the machine arrives. You know, we're up front from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. But if you go to the warehouse, you're gonna help with your colleagues. Do they appreciate you?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, obviously, you know, I have a very good relationship with them. You know, all of the staff here at PGM have worked for us for a long time. I mean, one of the engineers has just passed 24 years. You know, he's worked here for that long time. Everybody here has worked for a minimum 10, 12 years. So we all know each other. It is a very sort of, you know, family orientated business. We get on, we have a laugh. They do like it that I come out on site sometimes. Sometimes they feel a bit worried about what's going on, but you know, yeah, we get on well, we can speak directly with each other, and they all know that I'm there to help and get the job done. I'm not looking at supervising or looking over their shoulders. No, we get on very well. We have good fun here.
Okay, yeah, wonderful. So actually, you have a big family at PGM. And that is really important. I think that either everyone, yeah, understand each other, appreciate each other, and yeah. My other question is, what makes a difference between you as Giles Smith, but also as PGM in UK, comparing maybe with other dealers?
Well, I'm not in obviously other dealers' businesses, so you know, it's a bit of a difficult one to answer. But again, the ethos here is family comes first. You know, we're quite relaxed these days. A lot of it of the sales roles are emails and social media, which you've been helping us with immensely over the last couple of months. So you know, a lot of it is based on trust here. You know, I don't, you know, we don't rule the staff with an iron fist. It's quite relaxed. We all know each other. We all know we're going to do what's expected, and yeah, it's a relaxed family atmosphere, I must say. That's our motto. You know, we're a family-run company, and yeah, we all work together. It's a small company, so we all do things that are above our job roles. But it's what people do these days. You know, we all mix in to do what we can get done.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So, but for the audience to understand, what are actually the advantage? For example, if a printer want to sell a machine to PGM or cooperate with PGM, if they want to sell it, what are the advantage if they find?
I think the advantage of obviously PGM is that we're a long, well-established company. You know, my father Martin started the company in 1977. So we're not a fly-by-night company. We're not a broker on the internet taking information and trying to make a small gain. We're here for the long term. You know, we have a very good reputation in the industry. We have sales teams that in the office that speak multiple languages. You know, we can speak all European languages. So if anybody, you know, was to look to buy or sell machines, you know, if they came to PGM, they can definitely communicate with us, and they have the reliability that we're a trustworthy and honest company. And since 1977, it says a lot. We're one of the oldest dealers in the industry.
Yeah, yeah, because if you're really that long in the industry, it means that you're doing great stuff. Otherwise, you can't survive, especially nowadays with difficult times, and especially from 1977 until 2020, we had a lot of crisis in between, and you always survived as a company.
Yeah, no, we have a good reputation, and we uphold that reputation. You know, used machines is not easy business. You know, it's there are always going to be small problems or small issues that we have to overcome. Well, we overcome them. You know, we're not a fly-by-night company. We're here to, you know, provide a service and keep our reputation in the market for any customers that are looking to do business with us.
Yeah, but yeah, I've just talked about that if the printer wants to sell a machine, but when a printer wants to buy from you, what can they get from PGM?
Well, these days, obviously, when we go and inspect machines with or without customers, you know, with phones these days, you can take pictures, you can take videos. With our background in the sales and engineering, you know, we do a report. You know, the machines we prefer to see, obviously, in running condition. We can test all the functions. We can show the customer all the functions. You know, these days, with travel being quite expensive, that, you know, we can send videos. A video can't lie. You know, we show videos of the functions working, the machines printing, you know, what the problems may be, the overall condition of machines. I think even you'll remember that we posted together on LinkedIn a machine of ours, and we got a few comments about, oh, the machine looks dirty. Well, yeah, it's a used printing machine. We don't want to cover anything up. It's how it is. So again, it's just an honesty reflection on the machine. But if customers are looking to buy or sell, then, you know, we have that expertise of taking the right information, showing physical evidence of each item that the customer wants to see. Of course, we invite every customer to come and check the machine, see the machine in production. They can even arrange their own print test. You know, these things are really, you know, reliable for the customer to know that they are buying a reliable printing machine that is capable of their work. These days, production speeds are high and output is high. So, you know, we try to offer as much as we can in a very open book type of business. That, hey, this is the machine, this is what it does, this is the condition. Hey, we can also add on extra services, including, you know, the dismantling, the loading, the shipping, even the installation. We have our refurbishing center where the customers also, they come to see us sometimes when they're on a sales trip. You know, they can see our refurbishing center. I mean, we have a Komori 640 with coater with IR and UV packaging press in our stock, which we're refurbishing for a UK printer at the moment. So yeah, it's a full turnkey deal, which the customers can see, you know, so that there is that transparency there, where we give the customer, you know, all the information required. And like, you know, we do a lot of traveling. We will go to see the customer's machines, you know, based upon that, we will make an offer. If they're looking to sell it, we'll make our offer. Yeah, hopefully we come to an agreement. But we always check the machines. We always do a thorough job.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful. If I can hear, of course, we know each other for many years. What I really like is, of course, and well, what the audience just heard is that PGM and you, Giles, that you are willing to invest a lot for especially making videos or flying in to talk and talk about business. That at the end, that the end users or the buyers or the sellers also get a lot of advantage of it, because you are willing to invest to provide the best yeah, what you can do as a company and as a person. And I really like it, especially when yeah, many years ago, so yeah, I flew also in to inspect the machines with you. And I have customers that are willing to buy your machines, but at the end, when they send me several times for inspection for your machines, then they know, okay, their minimum quality is like this. So maybe they don't have to send Rocky anymore. But yeah.
True, it's true. You know, there's a lot of customers that we deal with, you know, in Asia and in America, and obviously around Europe and South America, where we've built up that trust. You know, we've built up that relationship. They know that we're not going to supply a damaged or bad machine. PGM will walk away from the machine. We don't want to get involved in that type of business. So yeah, you're right. After a few times, you know, you're not sent to come and meet me to look at these machines, because we've done it for you. But again, we do like to see the customers. You know, we've got a machine, they're interested. We can supply a lot of the information, and they know that we're not a fly-by-night company or a bedroom broker. We're you know, a sizable company with a good reputation, where, you know, they know if they send a deposit, if for any reason something went wrong, we give the money back. You know, we work together with them. So yeah, there's a lot of customers now that we don't actually meet, you know, on every deal we do. But of course, we spend the time and we spend the money traveling around the world, going to different areas of the world to have, you know, a sales meeting through each country, meeting up with clients and looking at machines we've sold them, and seeing them running in production, and, you know, keeping the business going. It's, even though these days, you know, the internet and email and social media is important, I think that's, you know, step one and step two. The real business, when you're negotiating or when you want to trust and look at that person, yeah, to fly to America or fly to Asia or fly to Europe for a day or two is not a problem. You know, we understand it's a big investment, and, you know, there's got to be that trust there. So yeah, we do it. We do it a lot, like, you know.
Yeah, no, it's really great that yeah, of course, with social media or even with this interview with Zoom program what we are using right now, it's a wonderful, great tool nowadays, especially. But eventually, at the end, it's communicating with human to human. And I like your thoughts and also your action, that yeah, you all also are willing to invest when the time is right to fly in and help those people, or helping each other at the end.
Yeah, it's good to keep the relationships going, and that's what we do. You know, we do sales trips. You know, normally, you know, Asia's after Chinese New Year. We'll go over there for 2 or 3 weeks. We'll incorporate other countries in Vietnam and Taiwan and Thailand and Korea. You know, we do it, and we go to the exhibitions in South America, in Brazil and Mexico. Of course, we do Drupal every 4 years, but it's been postponed because of the virus at the moment this year. But yeah, we're there, we're exhibiting, we're in the face of the customers, and we're always there to have any questions that anyone's got. You know, we're here to help and hopefully make some business.
Yeah. Okay, great. I have another question. Maybe we can watch a little bit into the future. What is your expectation about the printing industry in general?
I think that the printing industry, books are back. So, 5 years ago, the commercial print market was hit quite hard with technology, but it's definitely bounced back, quite a lot. People prefer to hold a book and turn the page. They want to feel the material. They want to actually feel the books, the magazines, and commercial print is an area where has, I would say, recovered. Of course, packaging industry, the packaging market for food and boxes, this market is very, very sustainable and very, very high for the future. So, these packaging machines, this packaging industry, I see to be very lucrative for the printers around the world. Yeah, you have the pros and cons of the digital age. The litho machines that we specialize here at PGM. These are big machines for long runs, and the point of sale items for the large format machines that we also supply. But the crossover between sheet-fed and litho versus the digital market, there's that graph that we keep looking at year on year. Is the digital market slowly increasing or increasing in the long run sheet-fed world? No, there's still a graph of about 5,000 or 6,000 sheets. If the run's anything lower than that, maximum, then they might do it on the digital. But the cost is high still for digital machines. Also, digital machines, they don't have the formats that we have in the litho world. So yeah, I think the printing industry is one to bear in mind, that there are things affecting it. However, there's still a strong market there, and we keep working hard on it, and we keep learning every day.
Yeah. Oh, well, really wonderful insight about your thoughts about the printing industry. My following question is about how do you see about, within 1 year and 5 years, how do you think about PGM itself? Do you think there will be some switch, or you maintain some core values, or what is your expectation?
Well, I mean, PGM's future isn't really going to change too much. We try to stay in the experienced industry that we've grown in. So, sheet-fed offset printing machines. We do slowly, not slowly, but over the last few years, we have specialized in buying the very young or the very big machines, where those machines, they have still a very good output, less usage compared to the old machines, where we used to buy and sell machines that were very old. Or this, I think what I'm getting at is that these days we can be a bit more selective of what machines we're marketing, in respects of where we're going, or what different markets we're looking at. Of course, the markets are always changing. Years and years ago, it was Europe at the top of the printing industry. Then it all moves to India and Pakistan, where maybe the labor was slightly less, or the cost of factories were slightly less. Then it's moved to China, where their economy has grown very, very quickly. So it's even moving away now from the big China market, where the labor costs are increasing, the factory space rent is increasing, and it's going to places like Vietnam and Myanmar, and we're following the trend. It's a world circle, and the world is a very small place. So we tend to follow the markets. About 10 years ago, we diversed a little bit into the flexo market. So we do the Neil Peter and Giles and Mark Andy type of machines for flexo roll-to-roll plastic labels. So that's another area where we've brought in, different salespeople to look after those type of inquiries for the flexo market. But for the foreseeable future, we're definitely staying put with the sheet-fed LIFO machines. We're specialising or looking at the much younger, bigger, VLFs and packaging type machines. Long perfectors, but 2012, 2015, so 5 to 6 years old. There's that guarantee there that we know the machines have still got a long life left, and of course, they've probably been maintained. If here, sitting in 2020, we go and buy a 1980 machine or a 1991 machine, that's where we really must check these machines thoroughly, because we don't want the customer to be disappointed or let down if functions weren't kept up. Printers need to service and maintain these machines. So yeah, we diverse a little bit into concentrating on the right machines for the market and the very young machines, but also we have moved into the flexo market. But broadly speaking, we stay with the technology that we've grown and got the experience in. There's no point us really looking into the digital market, because a lot of the manufacturers, they don't sell the machines, or the second-hand value is going to be lower, like a computer these days. You buy one day, in 6 months, it's not worth much. So yeah, we stay strong with our principle of what we know and what we know is best. So yeah, nothing's really going to change too much, I hope.
No. It's wonderful to hear that. Of course, your core will be always maintain that you're an expertise in some part of the printing niche. Of course, you are also willing as a person, if I understood, and also as a company, to go with the market where it goes. And I think nowadays, especially for dealers, but also for printers, but also manufacturers, that if we adapt quickly with if we call the trend or the new way of working, that you will survive in a crisis like this, or even you will become more stronger, and so you can serve even more companies to provide really wonderful machines. And I think.
I mean, what do you think about the future of the printing industry? You've been in the industry a long time. You know a lot of people all over the world. You know the problems, and what do you think about the future for the sheet-fed machines versus digital market versus the packaging industry?
What I think is, I work more almost 12 years in this industry, and also specialized in the offset printing machines. And what I see the trends, I think flexo will become more interesting as well. I need to dive deep more into it with the flexo, but digital. I think digital will be also, it's already a part of the printing industry. And what I think, it has to be already, it will be more side by side. And what I think is there's a lot of opportunities in the printing industry. But some people will say in the printing industry, or people outside the printing industry, they say, Rocky, maybe you need to stop working in the printing industry because maybe it's a dying industry. But I think that we still need print. And I think, people who wants to stop a career, a career in the printing industry, I think it creates more opportunity for people are willing to invest in the printing industry. And so you will play with people are really passionate about the print industry. And I think that in the short term, that especially now with the crisis, that it will show who are willing to keep on investing. in the printing industry. And yeah, because it's easy to stop, but are you willing to invest? I think that we will create, with the crisis, we'll create a bigger gap between the big players and the small players. That I will think about that further.
I mean, the manufacturers, you know, the manufacturers that you do a lot of work with, you know, now with the social media side of the industry, you know, KBA, Cohen and Bauer, you know, Man Roland and Heidelberg and Komori and all the main leaders in the sheetfed industry, you know, these companies, they're still selling brand new equipment, you know, for multi-million-pound machines. So there's got to be a big enough market for printers to still invest in brand new machines. And when they're doing that, it says the market is still stable. It's still strong enough to be able to cope with the investment the printers need to make. And of course, when they are selling brand new machines, there's going to be an older machine or a used machine going to be coming for sale. So, you know, I think the industry still can be positive because the manufacturers are still doing quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Giles. I think there's still a market. Of course, the markets may be a bit shrinking a little bit, but yeah, the big players will become more bigger, and the small players, yeah, they need to find some solution to play along with the big players. And I think that sorry. That I think there's a lot of opportunity for small players to become one of the big players. Yeah, if it's a printer or even a smaller manufacturer, I think, for example, that if Komori doing their marketing really well and develop also really nice machines, they actually already manufacture really nice machines that they can create more market share for some small L mid format sizes machines. Yeah, I think that they will compete even more with an Heidelberg. I think because the Heidelberg is really strong with market share with the small and the mid format. But I think that if Komori doing really well with marketing, they will get a bit more market share in the small and mid format. Yeah.
No, there's still light there. Yeah. There's still light in the industry.
Yeah. I think competition is also a healthy thing. It's a keep us focused, and I think that it will be a really excited coming year, but also coming 5 year. I think there will be a lot of changes as for the printers, but also for the manufacturer, but also for the dealers as you guys. And yeah, I hope I can also help you guys, but also help other dealers or manufacturer to increase the possibilities to make more wonderful business and cooperation with printers or even with manufacturers.
Yeah, well, as you know, we all here at PGM appreciate your support and your help, and your technology these days is really helping us. So yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate you.
Thank you, and you're welcome. And I'm always like to search people like you to create more opportunities, and I like to help people. And so yeah, it's wonderful. And yeah, we almost end with this interview. Are there any things that you want to share with the audience? Or
no, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, I think we cover most points about the company, Printing and Graphic Machinery. You know, we're here to help. We have machines in stock for customers that, you know, have had a breakdown or a problem. You know, we have the ability to supply you know, quite a decent range of machines actually from our stock, which have been cleaned and checked in our refurbishing centre. So, you know, there's I think we've covered everything that PGM would like to say. And we just hope the customers would like to interact with us. If they have any requirements, please get in touch with us. And I'm sure you'll put our details on, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Giles. Yeah, wonderful for your time, and for the audience. If you like to contact Giles Smith or PGM, I will put a link here below. And yeah, you can also call them, of course. And but if you want to speak them directly, you can direct message with them, and they are willing to see how they can help you. And yeah, I want to thank you for your time, and also the insight about your company and you as a person. And yeah, thank you, Giles.
All right, Rocky.
Okay, thank you.